It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon and welcome into your Daily Community Briefing live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV Channel 9. On this Wednesday edition, lots to get to for today's newscast, which is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's. Let Bishop's service your mower. They are located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning. For all your heating and air needs, trust Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Like Mountain Adventures on Facebook and see everything they've got available for you and your family for your next family meal. They are located at 70 River Drive in Irvine. In our lead story today, the Richmond Police Department is reporting that they recently made an arrest following a death investigation. The investigation began after officers responded to North Madison Avenue in reference to an overdose on the morning of January the 11th. Upon arrival, officers and emergency personnel discovered a 29-year-old male deceased from an apparent drug overdose. Evidence collected at the scene led investigators to Chris Anglin on Morgan Mill Road in Richmond. Anglin was reportedly found to be in possession of almost 9 grams of methamphetamine, over $1,200 in currency, a small amount of marijuana, and 2.6 grams of suspected fentanyl. Anglin was arrested and interviewed at the Richmond Police Department. Investigators later obtained a search warrant for a location in Berea and located 23 grams of marijuana, 14.8 ounces of methamphetamine, various digital scales, and drug paraphernalia. Anglin was charged with second-degree manslaughter, trafficking in controlled substance fentanyl, first offense, methamphetamine, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The New York Times is reporting that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell thinks President Donald Trump committed impeachable offenses. According to the article, McConnell told associates that he is pleased Democrats are working to impeach Trump. McConnell is reportedly furious at the president for inciting a riot at the Capitol that left 5 people dead. One source says the two have not spoken since and that McConnell hates Trump. The newspaper reports McConnell thinks an impeachment will help purge the president from the GOP. It also says he wants to see the specific article of impeachment. If it passes the House of Representatives, the Senate would vote on whether to convict the president, but McConnell hasn't said if he would do that. The Kentucky Department of Highways will temporarily close KY 1778 in Lincoln County to through traffic at milepoint 0.7, which is Owens Road, on Thursday, January 14th. The closure is for cross-drain replacement beneath the roadway. Crews will close the route at approximately 8:30 a.m. and will reopen by approximately 3:30 p.m. The date and duration may be adjusted for inclement weather or other unforeseeable delays. Motorists can access travel and traffic conditions at goky.ky.gov or contribute their own reports at www.waze, that's waze.com, or via the Waze mobile application. Traffic information for the District 8 counties is also available at facebook.com/KYTC District 8 or by following them on Twitter. Well, Laurel County Sheriff John Root is asking for help for questioning about a strong-arm robbery at the smoke shop off KY 363 just southwest of London on January 11th. If anyone has any information regarding this individual that you can see on the WBON TV live stream now, they are asked to contact Laurel County Sheriff's Lieutenant Chris Edwards at the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600 or personal message the Sheriff's Office on the Facebook page at Laurel County Sheriff's Office. Information received will be strictly confidential. It's now time for our first commercial break, folks. We appreciate you being with us here on today's Daily Community Briefing. When we come back, lots more to get to, so don't change that dial. Also, later on in the newscast, we'll have those updated COVID-19 numbers for you and that current incidence rate for Madison and other surrounding counties. That's coming your way on the Daily Community Briefing. We're live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meats to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
All roads lead to CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have the experience and knowledge to get your vehicle running at its peak performance, whether it's a small 2-door sedan or a souped-up diesel truck. And with CT Diesel Performance, you don't have to worry about dealing with the big dealership prices. They will work with you and tell you what the problem is and help you find a solution. When it's time to have your vehicle serviced, remember, all roads lead to CT Diesel Performance, just off exit 97 in Richmond.
We're back on your daily community briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV Channel 9, here with you, Michael Watkins, on this Wednesday edition. We're brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Let Bluegrass Marble and Granite take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. We're also brought to you by Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. They have the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. And Always Growing Children's Resale Store in Berea, just down from Berea Ace Hardware in the Strip Mall. Every Tuesday and Thursday, Always Growing Children's Resale Store will buy your children's gently worn clothes. Well, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet advises motorists that this advisory serves as an update for electrical work in District 7. Electrical operations continue for District 7. Closures for conventional and high-mast lighting work. The operations include changing halogen bulbs to efficient LED bulbs or conventional lighting. In addition, high-mast lighting work will be in effect for some areas. It'll be taking place today and tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. for I-75 at KY 595 at exit 77, and conventional lighting will be taking place on this road. Well, both U.S. attorneys in Kentucky who were appointed by President Donald Trump have submitted their resignations. U.S. Attorney Russell Coleman, who oversees the Western District of the state, said in a statement Monday that his resignation would be effective of January 20th. The Western District is comprised of 53 counties, including the cities of Louisville, Bowling Green, and Paducah. U.S. Attorney Robert M. Duncan, Jr., who oversees the Eastern District, said in a separate statement that his resignation would be effective on January 24th. The Eastern District is comprised of 67 counties, including the cities of Lexington, Covington, and Pikeville. Both attorneys noted work their offices did to combat violent crimes and drugs here in Kentucky. Well, there was a stark difference between last year's hay auction at the Madison County Fairgrounds and the one that was held this past weekend. To understand the details of the surplus of hay and changing prices, WBON-TV's Marissa Hempel spoke with Agriculture Extension Agent Brandon Sears.
We had what seems to be a very successful hay auction this past weekend. Do you kind of give us the rundown? Because I know there were a lot of things that were different, especially as compared to last year when I last spoke to you. And we went down to the fairgrounds, and it seemed like more of a dismal year. But it's looking like this year was better, right?
Yeah, really had a lot better growing conditions for hay this year. We had rainfall about when we needed it in a lot of cases, and we were able to get our hay cut much earlier, and we had some periods of dry weather that allowed us to get it baled up nice and dry, and so we had a lot of hay out there, and the quality was actually a little bit better this year, so that's good, and it definitely showed at our auction. We ended up having 105 different lots of hay this year, compared to, we'll roughly be around 60 for an average.
So you had almost double, and you mentioned the defining factor is the wet versus dry weather. Do you care to expound upon that?
Agriculture is a lot about getting rain at the right time and dealing with moisture and all that and having the right amount. But in years where we have a shortage of hay, it's either because we're typically just too dry or we're actually too wet. And so when it rains too much, we're not able to get the hay cut early like we would like. And the longer the hay stays out in the field and the longer it grows, the more mature it gets and the feed value goes down. That happened to us growing season before this. And in a real wet year, sometimes you can cut it and it rains so much and stays so damp that you never can get it dry enough to bale. And so that particular year, we had quite a bit, actually, that got cut, but ended up rotting in the field before it could ever get baled.
Now, you mentioned there was definitely a surplus, like we said, almost double, but there was also a differential in prices. Didn't you guys have a better selling point this year? You were able to sell these bales for a lot more than usual, right?
In some cases we did, but that seems to kind of always ebb and flow with supply-demand fundamentals, and last year didn't have near as many lots of hay, and there just didn't seem to be as much hay out there available. And so we had at or near record prices for our sale last year. This year, overall, our prices softened just because there was a lot more hay out there. Farmers had more to choose from, and so our prices did come down some.
Now, looking forward to the future, is there any way to tell how next year's going to go, or is there anything else that you guys at the Extension Office have going on?
Well, it's hard to know how next year the hay auction will go. We'll see what the growing conditions give us, and actually how much hay will be carried over from this winter to next. You know, if we end up having some favorable conditions this winter where it's not unusually cold or muddy, and you might say, and grass comes on, we may end up carrying over a decent amount of hay for next year's feeding cycle. So we'll just have to see how Mother Nature treats us. As far as at the Extension Office, we've got some ag programs and things going on. We're having to do things now via Zoom almost exclusively, but our office is still open to serve the public. We're not allowed to have folks in the office just yet, but we are still here to take care of everybody's needs.
Well, I guess it's safe to say, although it has affected your office work, it seems like agriculture is still thriving amidst COVID.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, agriculture never stops. There's always things to do, livestock to feed, equipment to repair, and always thinking about planting crops or harvesting. So, yeah, it's continued right on and largely has been unaffected on the labor side. You know, for the most part locally, the markets have had some issues due to COVID, but, yeah, agriculture continues right on.
Stay up to date with all local agriculture news right here on Channel 9. I'm Marissa Hempel.
The Berea City Council unanimously adopted a resolution urging citizens to continue observing COVID-19 precautions in order to prevent another outbreak that might hurt the local economy. Berea City Councilman John Payne introduced the measure, which was approved in last week's council business session. Payne said he was recently reminded of the need to continue encouraging people to comply with the recommendations by healthcare professionals after visiting a local retailer. They are all things our community needs to be doing to keep our numbers down to maintain the health of our citizens, and by maintaining the health of our citizens, promote a strong economy, Payne said. If everybody's in the hospital, nobody's going to be out there making money. Nobody's going to be out there spending money. I think we should be able to make the simple statement that these guidelines are important, and we can encourage our community members to follow these guidelines. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here on this Wednesday edition of your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON-TV Channel 9. When we come back, we'll get to those COVID-19 numbers and the current incidence rate. Only one county still remains in the orange. We'll tell you what that county is and give you the numbers for Madison, Estill, and other surrounding counties. Coming your way next on your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON-TV Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
All roads lead to CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have the experience and knowledge to get your vehicle running at its peak performance, whether it's a small two-door sedan or a souped-up diesel truck. And with CT Diesel Performance, you don't have to worry about dealing with the big dealership prices. They will work with you and tell you what the problem is and help you find a solution. When it's time to have your vehicle serviced, remember, all roads lead to CT Diesel Performance, just off exit 97 in Richmond.
Good afternoon and welcome back in to your daily community briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV Channel 9. Michael Watkins here with you on this Wednesday. Our sponsors today are always glad to bring you the local news coverage, like Chad Tate with Shelter Insurance, Mike's Hike and Bike, and Ace Hardware over in Berea. Those great sponsors allow us to provide you this coverage. We appreciate them. We appreciate you as well tuning us in here each and every single weekday on the stations of Wallingford Broadcasting. Well, Eastern Kentucky University has announced that they will be providing free testing and contact tracing for EKU students for COVID-19 in the weeks ahead. EKU says this is particularly important for the student population in identifying cases without symptoms or those who might have been unknowingly exposed over winter break activities or travel. EKU has partnered with Wild Health to offer free COVID-19 testing for students at their Richmond campus. Testing will take place at the Old Fitness and Wellness Center located at 902 Paul Van Hoos Drive next to Roy Kidd Stadium. The drive-through location will be in the employee parking lot on the east side of the building, and the entrance to the indoor testing will be located on the same side of that building. Appointments may be made online by visiting wildhealthtesting.com/EKU. Results will be sent by email to each student after your test has been processed. Please note that Wild Health reserves the right to adjust the schedule based on student interest. While not mandatory, EKU says that it is highly encouraged that residential students, students enrolled for in-person courses, and all students participating in on-campus activities or student employment be tested for COVID-19 prior to or upon their return to campus. EKU officials want to remind students to take note of the symptoms of COVID-19 and do not attend school, work, or campus activities if they could be sick or have been recently exposed to someone diagnosed with COVID-19 who is considered a close contact. Anyone with suspected illness or exposure is encouraged to continue using the EKU COVID-19 self-monitoring form, which can be found online via the EKU website. Well, looking at some of the coronavirus numbers here in Madison County as well, there were 61 new cases reported from yesterday, and again, over 1,300 cases total of COVID-19 within the county. How about this for our coronavirus current incidence rate? We're up to 90.2 today in Madison County. That is a jump of almost 15 points. We were at 75.1 yesterday for the current incidence rate. So another big jump here in Madison County, way up in the red for that current incidence rate. Estill County today sits at 48.6, a slight uptick of 1 point from 47.6 yesterday. Jackson County at 107.2 for their current incidence rate. Rockcastle County at 75.3. Garrett County at 72.8. Jessamine County at 56.5. Fayette County at 75. And Clark County at 84.7. The lone standing county that's still hanging on right there in the orange is Hickman County, but they have continued to increase in their current incidence rate over the last few days. They went from 19.6 on yesterday's current incidence rate map to 22.8 today. Some of the biggest numbers in the state as we look around the map. Today, Cumberland County at 112.3, Clinton County at 173.4, Letcher County has a high number up at 92.8, Harlan County and Bell County on the state line, Harlan County at 101.1, Bell County at 103.2, Butler County has a 108.7 current incidence rate, and Carroll County all the way up north at 166.6. So the current incidence rate continuing to rise statewide. The overall current incidence rate for the state yesterday was at 80.57. Today we are at 81.35. To get a recap from the governor report from yesterday and to give us more news on the COVID-19 pandemic, here is WBON-TV's Ron Likens.
Yesterday, the governor started a COVID-19 update by telling everyone a new major announcement was expected tomorrow. He did not elaborate on what that announcement would be, but went directly into the COVID-19 update.
Today, we're reporting 3,053 new cases. That is the fourth highest Tuesday. It's higher than the last couple weeks. It's pretty close to about 3 weeks ago. So again, we're trying to determine where these numbers are going. We believe that it's first. We are sure that this is a surge caused by gatherings through the holidays. Maybe now they've changed their behavior back to being very careful. If that's the case, then hopefully we'll see a leveling off, but only the data over the next couple days and into next week is going to let us know. The hospitalization numbers just up a little bit, 1,733 individuals in the hospital for COVID, 397 in the ICU, 205 on a ventilator. That's actually down too. Our positivity rate, 12.23%, also down a little bit. So again, way too high, but we at least hope that this is a sign of it leveling off. Sadly, we've lost 22 additional Kentuckians that we are announcing today.
In Madison County, there were 142 new cases reported Tuesday, and in Estill County, there were 5 new cases reported. From the Channel 9 newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Going back to the EKU, the university letting us know about how many active cases or cases of COVID-19 are on campus right now. There are 18 active cases, and none of those have recovered from the spring semester from EKU. Those have come from 5 residential students, 5 non-residential students, and 8 employees have tested positive for COVID-19. Again, all 18 cases are still active within the university. Folks, I know a lot of you all are interested in those local ball games that we've been covering for you here on WBON TV. As we go throughout the weeks to come, we are going to try to post those games for you on our Facebook page. This week, we do know that Friday night we will be at Madison Central as the Indians boys basketball team takes on Lincoln County. If any of our coverage area teams play in the All-A Classic Championship game, then we will have that game for you on Saturday. As of right now, Model Boys and the Berea Girls and Model Girls are all still alive in the 11th Region All-A Classic Tournament. If any of those teams advance to the championship games on Saturday, we will host those for you. Those games are being played at Berea High School. And again, if any of those teams make the All-A Classic 11th Region Championship game, we will carry those for you here on WBON TV. If you see something happening in your county or your community here locally, Make sure to let us know about it on WBON TV's Facebook page. You can send us a message on there and let us know what's going on. If you have a question, we will answer that for you as well in the WBON TV inbox. It is a busy news week, and we are glad to be covering everything going on here in Madison and the other surrounding counties. For all of us folks, stay safe, wash your hands, do your part as we try to slow down the spread of this coronavirus. We'll see you the same time and same place tomorrow at 3 p.m. for your daily community briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV Channel 9.